In this section, we'll try and answer your questions about what it's like to go to Download Festival, things we recommend and things to avoid. This week, refund or rollover. Now that we know for certain that Download 2021 won't be happening, what do you do if you've already bought your ticket? You've got a few options, so we'll talk you through them now. So, you can get a refund, which some people may well do because they could quite fancy the cash back. Which, in these difficult times, we can all understand that, can't we?
I mean, that's what I did last year. Because I had lost a job last year, I just thought, right, I'm going to take the money back just as sort of a buffer. I imagine a lot of people will be in that situation still. And so, yeah, I get it. The refund coming back to you is it's important to be able maybe to have that little bit of extra cash just in case, depending on obviously your situation. I mean, the other reason you may have refunded, you don't like the headliners.
Yeah.
You've not thought about the other 110 bands going to be there. You just don't like the headliners. But
yeah, well, there's as we keep saying, it's a festival. There's plenty of other bands there you can go and see, but at the same time, there's plenty of other festivals you can go to.
Anyone who has had a ticket for last year should have already had an email, and by the time this podcast goes out, the deadline to put your request in would have ended. But
is that the 8th of March?
Yeah, it's 5 p.m. on the 8th of March is the deadline to be able to get your refund. But like Dave said, by the time we get this podcast put out, it will be after the deadline. So if you're still listening and you haven't requested your refund, you're fucked.
Well, what happens to it?
Oh, I don't know. I think if you don't
well,
make
you're fucked then. They might. Won't they just roll it over? Oh no! Actually, don't they just automatically? Yeah, that's right.
It.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to tell them that you want it to roll over.
Yeah, you've got to tell them either way, I think. And if any,
which I completely forgot to do last year.
Oh, Dave.
So before I knew it, I was out of a ticket, but so I had to rebook again. But
you didn't lose your money though, did you?
This year, I've rolled it over.
Did you lose money?
Well, no,
that?
I got the refund.
Oh, okay.
No, I got the refund, but I was going to come this year anyway, so it was just an extra.
Oh, I see.
Hassle to rebook again,
you wanted to roll it over.
I forgot to tell them.
Yeah, so you wanted to roll it over. You forgot. Then you got the refund back. And
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, there's obviously the email.
Yeah, but I think it's obviously good that Download do it that way, because you might have missed the email and then have a ticket that you can't use, or you're not able to.
Some people are panicking because they haven't found an email and they're wondering what to do. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, you'll get a refund, but if you'd rather hold on to your ticket, because we don't know if the prices are going to be different next year. That's the other thing.
So obviously, with the tickets being released, these are the tickets that have been released are early bird prices. So I imagine when the early bird time slot has run out, they will go up. But if we remember last year, when the prices went up, there was absolute uproar, and they kept the price and they froze the prices. So if you don't want the prices to go up, complain your ass off.
Why is a refund better? Is that why? Because the prices are going to change?
Potentially, yeah. I think that's definitely one advantage. If you're getting you're getting cold feet and you think that they're going to put the prices up, surely that'd be an advantage to roll over. So then the prices don't go up, and you've paid the lesser price. Yeah,
that's how I see it. I mean, there's no point me getting a refund when I've scrimped and saved for each installment, because I've paid on the installment plan, and even then it was a lot per installment. It's because I tend to forget about direct debits, and I have to move money around and make sure I've got enough to pay it when when the bank tells me, oh, did you know, but Neil, by the way, we're going to pay this direct debit, but you've not got any money. It's better for me now that it's fully paid up just to leave it there, especially with the RIP ticket.
Yeah. I'm with you. That's why I rolled mine over because I rolled it over because I knew I was going to go next year. There's nothing stopping me. So I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to roll it over. But that's a very good point. That if you're getting itchy feet, that you think, oh, maybe the price is going to go up again. That roll over and keep it the same price as I paid the year before.
Well, I think the main reason is obviously we're still in sort of uncertain times, aren't we? So some people might just get a refund and then later on in the year or early next year they can book another ticket if they know they can go. Or
yeah, and there's certain extras that you can get with your tickets that might well be limited. So, for example, with RIP, if you were going to go with a camper van, those camper van tickets are very limited. So if you wanted to go for a refund, you would obviously lose that ticket. But if you decided to go, if you changed your mind later down, the calendar, and decided, oh, actually, I want to take my camper van this year, you've got no chance of getting it because you will have missed your chance because those camper van tickets go really quickly. You've got to be there on day one pretty much when they get announced.
I think they've sold out already.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me.
No, I think because, like you said, because the camper van tickets are like gold dust. Even if it wasn't this whole rollover situation that we've all done, they sell out almost instantly.
Because there's only so many spaces.
Yeah, it's the same with the Park Farm and Sleepy Hollow. Those camping tickets for RIP, they've all sold out. And I imagine that was because everybody in there has rolled their tickets over.
Yeah.
So, again, an advantage of rolling your ticket over is to make sure that you've still got your spot for next year. But, to get the refund, again, like we said, there could be other factors into why it would be advantageous for you to take that refund.
Only you know what's best for you,
Exactly.
If you can afford to give up your camper van spot or your spot in RIP, Park Farm, or your whatever that's limited, and just go with basics next time, then that might be your only option to get into Download 22. But if you were going to give up your ticket and get a refund, you could, of course, go to another festival instead a lot earlier. Although, to be really honest, could you even do that? Because a lot of them have sold out, like we've said.
Yeah, Reading being the big one, that sold out almost instantly. But again, I think Reading and Leeds, that sells out quite quickly anyway. So as soon as they put the tickets available, whether it be now or whether it would be in August, Reading and Leeds was going to sell out. That's a given. It's like Glastonbury. Glastonbury always sells out. So if you had a ticket for Reading and you were able to roll it over, which I don't know the details for Reading and Leeds, but if you've got a ticket already for 2020, for 2020, and then for 2021 and then you would roll it over. But like you say, if you don't roll them over, then you've got some, and you refund it, you've got some spare cash for some other smaller festivals, cheaper festivals. In once the roadmap has got us into the clear to freedom, then there's loads of festivals on this summer that you can go to instead.
To be honest, I'm even considering going to some of these other smaller festivals anyway, because June 22 is a long way off from this point.
Yes, it is.
And
absolutely.
I can't not have any concerts or live music until then. I've got to get out and experience something.
Which ones were you considering?
I haven't even fully looked because I'm still in lockdown mode and I haven't really fully looked. But in just looking around, I'd probably just go to something fairly local. The thing is that a lot of the festivals, I'm going to say something quite shady now. A lot of the festivals are quite chavvy. And I don't really want to go to those. I want to go to ones that I'm going to fit in at, and not have to worry about getting knifed. But I'll have a look down the list and see. But we're probably talking smaller ones.
Do you know what? You hit quite a good point, actually. A lot of these smaller festivals, they're all either based in the Midlands or the South or the Southwest. And that must be a bit of a pain in the arse for you Northerners.
Yeah, to be honest, for me, I travel anyway, so I don't mind it. And a lot of people, who are people like us, we will go and travel, won't we, to stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
especially Dave, you're in the southwest, where
Yeah,
there's
pretty much as south as it would get, nearly.
yeah, and so
But-
you're not next to anywhere that's
No, but then something like Arctangent is only 2.5 to 3 hours away, so it's
Bristol.
yeah, so it's not like the end of the world. And I'd love
2,000
to go
Trees
up
is in
and-
Cheltenham as well.
Where's
You're
that?
quite close to 2,000 Trees, Dave. It's in Cheltenham.
I don't know where Cheltenham is.
Oh, fucking hell.
I've heard the name.
It's,
I just- I
it's
can't
in the
picture it
west.
in my head.
It's
the
up
south
the
coast, isn't
M5.
it?
So
Oh.
it's yeah.
That's
So
not where I thought it was
it's up the M5. It's basically along the border to Wales. So it is quite close to you.
But even for you, Lee, download is not exactly local for you, is it?
No, it's still about a 2 hour drive.
So for people like
It's
us,
not-
we travel anyway, don't we, to
Yeah.
gigs and festivals, so it's not a big deal for us. But I appreciate that there's people that don't want to. I was always astonished when I used to work at the Arena in Manchester. I'd just be working some random gig, and I'd find out where people have come from in the audience, and they'd tell me these faraway places, and they'd tell me other countries sometimes, and I'd be astonished at how far some people would travel for a gig, to come to Manchester and watch somebody that I didn't give a toss about.
Well, I mean, if you've looked at some of the other vlogs in that on YouTube, when they video download and that, you've got people from Australia that have come all the way over to see our lineup when they've got their own fucking festival download in Sydney and Melbourne.
Yeah. But to be honest, I would love, wouldn't you love to go to download in Australia?
Do you know what? I wouldn't mind doing one of the foreign festivals. Excuse the use of the word foreign. The overseas festivals. I'd love to. Even if it was again download in Australia or even download in Japan, which I keep telling Dave when he's over there, you got to go to it. You got to go and tell us what it's like.
Yeah, I'd love to do Knotfest in Japan as well, because they obviously have Slipknot there, but pretty much like 80% of the other bands are Japanese bands. So it'd be great to see like all those.
Is that a thing, Japanese metal?
Yeah, there's been a few bands at download like
Namely
Love Bites,
Baby Metal.
Cold Rain.
I could only think
Yeah,
of Baby Metal, to be
obviously,
honest.
that's probably the one that
Yeah.
everyone knows.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen Love Bites. They played Bloodstock the year before they played Download, and very good band.
There are some really good, like, I guess up and coming you'd call it, bands that would fit in perfectly at Download, but obviously they need the promotion and that overseas.
Is that going to be you?
Dave's the promoter for all Japanese metal.
Well, I do try and promote bands that I like to people that I think would be interested in them.
Namely me.
Or Festipod
Yeah.
listeners?
Yes. All the Festpod listeners, go and listen to Japanese metal bands
And tell us what you
so
think.
we can get them over this country.
Don't forget, you can ask us questions or give us your viewpoint by sending us a message. Go to festpod.co.uk and click on message, or find us on social media by looking for Festpod. Tell us your do's and don'ts, give us your advice, or tell us about something we've missed, or just give us your opinion. That's festpod.co.uk or Festpod on the socials.